So the answer to that point is we need to start our recruitment early. We need to start our recruitment early. And when we think about advertising and marketing, we think about a marketing campaign. We don't just put an advert in or do one initiative in terms of marketing and expect that to fulfill our lead generation for the rest of our time. No, we do a campaign, a sequence of things over time that results in a flow of inbound inquiries and leads into our business. And similarly, we need to do the same thing when we're thinking about recruitment. We need to be thinking about what are we doing to pitch, to market ourselves to potential people who may want, now or in the future, to come and work for us, whether or not we're ready to employ at this stage. We want to be building up that pipeline, if you like, of potential employees. So there's an organisation I know well, love and respect, and they have a fabulous strategy, which is to build their substitutes bench. And what they do is they go out into the local marketplace and they find the very, very best people they know in the marketplace that may be working for somebody else, a competitor. They go and have a coffee. They have a chat with them. They find out what they want to do with their career. They talk about an opportunity that may arise sometime in the next 6 to 18 months. They may have 2 or 3 more coffees with them over that 6 to 18 month period. And if an opportunity should come up, then they know where to go to. They've already built that goodwill, that relationship. They built that substitutes bench and present an offer at the right time. So it's a very good strategy, it's a very effective strategy, and it's one that we might want to bring into our own businesses. But when it comes to recruitment, we're familiar with this concept of the graphic equalizer, but let's think about the talent equalizer. Now, we've known for some time about this idea that we want to train for skill and knowledge, but we want to recruit for attitude and behaviour and values. So let's get clear about what are the essential levels that we need on those scales. Just like a graphic equaliser, that ideal person, what is the base level we need across each one of those? And then what is the ideal level we need them to be at? And please, get clear about what your basic levels are and don't go below those. Do not drop your standards. The people that we surround ourselves in business will make us look better than who we really are or make us look worse than who we really are. The people that we surround ourselves in business will make us look better than we really are or worse than who we really are. One of the things that very successful business people get right time and time again is they surround themselves by people who are better than them. Yeah, or who are better than them at specific roles in their business. You know, you say anybody's success is built on the shoulder of giants, and that's what we need. We need to build in our teams people who are really good and hold the standard high. But let's find people that have got the right attitudes and behaviours and values and be prepared, and I see this more and more, that we've got to be prepared to invest a portion of our profits back into training and home grow the talent. You may have heard this line before, but some people say, what if you do all that money, all that time, all that investment in training, and what if you train them and they leave? What if you don't train them and they stay? So it's really important for us to put money back into our teams, to grow them, to nurture them. But the option isn't necessarily just to recruit and then train. So if you can look at the screen, there's a 2x2 matrix here that gives you some ideas and some options that you have. So if you're not very good at developing talent and it's not strategically important to you, then you'd want to outsource entirely. If it's strategically important to you, but you're still not very good at developing the talent, then you would look to partner or invest internally within your ability to develop that talent. If you're good at developing talent, but it's not strategically important, that could be an opportunity for you to license or to franchise or to use a joint venture model. And then finally, if you're good at developing and it's strategically important, then you might want to, that's the time when to recruit. Now, when we think about recruiting, so the good news is the Office of National Statistics are showing that the number of people out there in the UK market that are actively looking for work is back up to pre-economic downturn levels, back up to 2008 levels. Good news. But I'll just skip a couple of slides, come back to them in a minute. But it depends on which market segment you're in. So if you're in mining, only 0.2% of the population has relevant experience in mining. But if you're in retail, repair of vehicles, 14.6% of the population has experience in that particular area. Again, if you're in human health and social work activities, 12.6% of the population, where only 1.6% of the population have got experience and background in real estate, for example. But just like any good marketing, the first thing that we need to do is we need to profile who we're looking for. And then work out, where do they hang out? Just like we say around marketing, where do they hang out online and where do they hang out offline? And let's get creative. Who are the new kind of populations or types of people that otherwise you would not have considered, but actually would make a really good fit? So there's a business that I'm working with in the franchise sector, and they found that former armed forces personnel, particular officers in the armed forces, make excellent franchise owners because of their training and their approach to life and therefore to business. So whether it's retiring athletes or people that are coming back, say, from the forces, could be a target market for you to go and look for ideal people to join your business. KP Snacks is a corporate client of mine. And last year they did a lot of work on working on what their values and behaviours were going to be, the standards that everybody from the board to the shop floor were going to operate on, and the behaviours that we'd expect of each other. Genuinely a good piece of work, genuinely. I've seen a lot in the industry, in the marketplace, but it's genuinely a good piece of work. They led with that work in their university recruitment round at the University Milk Rounds. And they've attracted the highest calibre of graduate intake than they've done for many years, because they led on this whole piece around, these are our values, these are our behaviours, and this is why it's important, this is why this is important to KP. And then they create the pull that I've been talking about during the course of today. They knew where to find them offline, they knew where to find them online. So get creative. What can you do online in the space of recruitment? Could you do a series of videos that you put onto YouTube? Could you do some customer stories that really invokes the emotion, that engages the heart as well as the mind? We are great with our brains. We're analytical creatures. As a race, we're brilliant at that. But at our heart, we're emotional creatures. And our decisions are ultimately made, irrespective of the level of analysis that's gone before it, at a level of kinesthetic, at a level of emotion. And we've got to speak in our pitches for staff and employees to the heart as well as to the mind. We've got to make it an exciting place to work and an exciting place for people to keep coming back to. Retention is often an issue in organisations, and quite often people come to me, Gavin, can you come in and motivate my people? Okay, right, well, tell me what's going on. Well, morale's really dropped, and performance has gone off the edge of a cliff, and retention, the amount of churn in our business has gone off the Richter scale. Okay, let me get this right. So morale has dropped, performance has dropped off a cliff, and you can't hang on to people, they're leaving. Yeah. Did you hire them that way? What do you mean? Of course not. Okay, so what is it you've been doing to them since they've arrived? Because motivation and engagement, we're going to talk more about it in the next piece, but motivation and engagement is an inside job. You can hold a gun to somebody's head, you'll get compliance, you won't get motivation. What we've got to do is put the energy and the effort in to keep the engagement, create an environment that is motivational for somebody to come and work with us. The world of our relationships. You did some stuff in the early days of your relationship that really worked, that got you to the point of a relationship. How many of us are still doing those things that worked in those early days of attraction, that keeps the relationship as vivid and alive? And let's translate that across the world of work. You did some stuff to really attract the right calibre of employees in this first place. Are we still doing enough in terms of the leadership that we're providing, the direction that we're setting, and the environment, the culture that we're creating, so that people still want to be on our bus and play and go on the journey that we're going on? So, where do they hang out online? Where do they hang out offline? And then when they join, set them up for success, please, when they start. I'm sure you may have come across the scenario. A new starter joins a business, day one, they come in super keen early. Sarah, thank you so much. God, I forgot it. God, it's the 14th already. You've started already. I can't believe it. Right, well, I've got to go off on a 2-day conference. Strategic partners there. Go and speak to Sam over there. Yeah, Sam will sort you out. So boss goes off. Sam, oh, hello, Sam. I'm joining first day at work. Where do I sit down? Where's my computer or my tools and my trade? Oh, yeah, we never got round to completing that order. Well, where do I sit? Oh yeah, we haven't sorted that out yet. How does that new employee feel in that moment? Not very good. Yeah, have I made the right decision? Buyer's remorse and all of that. So they need the tools of the trade. They need a place to sit. They need an induction program. They need objective setting. They need to be shown through their role, introduced to key people, and crucially given valuable work to start off with. Don't leave it too late. If the reason why you're not employing is because you haven't got the certainty around your business plan and your strategy, work on your business plan and get clarity around your strategy. We're in a period of growth. Economies follow cycles. We haven't got the crystal ball to know how long this period of growth is, but of course the UK is the growth engine for Europe at the moment. We have an opportunity in the marketplace right now in order to be able to capitalise on the demand and set our business up for the next phase of growth. For the next phase of our business's growth. You need to build capacity in order to be able to do that.